Bangladesh.
But tell me, when you were walking these halls, what was the atmosphere like? I mean, did you study? Were you a mag student? Were you just general education student? What were you involved in?
I was involved in a magnet program. Actually, Mr. Norwood was my magnet.
Mr. Norwood, let's give it up.
That is unbelievable to me. That is just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I was a new student in 95 to 97, so I came here as a junior and senior year. I mean, it was cool. You know, it's always good to be the new dude on campus. You know what I'm saying? Get all the girls.
Good night.
So Keke, let me make sure I'm correct. You made your film debut in the movie Aquila and the Bee, correct?
I made my leading debut. I made my first film debut when I was 9 in Barbershop 2.
Okay. But your film debut as a leading actress was in Aquila and the Bee.
Yes, sir.
What was that experience like?
You know, it was really weird because even though the movie was named after my character, I didn't really feel like, oh, oh my gosh, this is, my movie, what am I going to do? It was really like, it was like I was on a playground. Like, I just was really enjoying myself, happy to be doing what I love. At that time, I didn't even realize how blessed and lucky I truly was to be doing what I love for a living. And I was just enjoying it. That's like one of my favorite memories of my childhood, is that experience on set. For a while, like for a whole 2 years, I had been doing homeschooling. So when I did Aquila and the Bee, I was able to finally be around kids my age. And so I really was enjoying that.
And you started acting and performing at what age?
Yeah, I started professionally acting at 9.
9 years old. And what was that like? I mean, you're walking into a professional world. What did you learn as a young performer that you could share with some of these up-and-coming, aspiring young performers? What kernel of advice would you give them?
I think a consistent message in my career, and especially in my early career, was professionalism, being prepared, making sure I knew my lines on time, making sure that I came to work on time, making sure that I was prepared for all of my auditions. At the end of the day, you can only give your all, and the only time you really feel bad is when you know that you could have done better. And so I always, and my mom always made sure that I was prepared for everything that I had to do. I came prepared, visually. I came prepared with my memorization of my lines. That way, when I got into the room with these directors and these producers and the casting directors, I was able to take whatever that it was that they threw at me as far as emotion, because I knew the intent behind what I was saying. So, preparation is always number one, I feel like, in anything you do.
Right, in life, we really have to make sure that we prepare for what's next, because there's a lot of people who want to do, but most of the people that actually do use an awful lot of time to prepare to be ready. As it would probably be for your career. You walked the halls of Tri-Cities, you graduated, and then you made the transition into music business. So tell me about that.
Yeah, the preparation came actually through these halls. I moved to Atlanta to get a head start on life. I didn't want to graduate from high school and not know what I'm doing next. I knew college wasn't my number one option. That's just cause I wasn't a school type of guy, but I knew the importance of school, so it was important to graduate from high school. I just wanted to make music, so my junior year and senior year, I was just preparing mentally. I was making beats in my head. I wasn't really making beats physically. I was just mentally studying the game. So by the time I started making beats, I was already ahead of the game. like I started physically making beats. I bought my own beat machine in '98. By '99, Ludacris Wish Your Fantasy was on the radio.
That's amazing.
So I was like really already preparing myself.
So, in a year's time, this is what you all have to understand, is preparation is not just about the work you do, but be mentally prepared for if you launch into this business, music business, entertainment industry, it's a beast. There's more that you need to know than being talented, for sure.
Oh yes, I think that's a huge thing. Great thing that you pointed on is that, you know, there are a lot of talented people that don't put in the work, and so when you know you're good at something, when you don't really go for it, it's almost like, you know, no thanks God. Like, you must use all your gifts to the best ability that you possibly can, and do what you love, you know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody deny that of you. You know deep down in your heart what you would do for free even, and you have to go for that because that's what you were put on this earth to do.
So you said in a year, from first beat machine to a year later, you had a record on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like it just was an overnight success. What I'm trying to say is preparation is important for anything you're pursuing. It didn't matter if it took 4 or 5 years, 10 years. I love to make music, so it really didn't matter. I wasn't in search of income from it. I just loved to do it. So through that, I knew that I would make money, you know what I'm saying, and not focus on the money. And, you know, when I first made my hit record, I still had a job, you know what I'm saying, so I was still cutting hair while my song played on the radio, you know what I'm saying, so I was always like, always preparing, you know what I'm saying, and I wasn't really, I ain't quit my job because I had a radio hit. I was always like, trying to move to the next thing.
Right, because a lot of young people, they see what they see on television, on videos, and they think that constructed image is real life. It's the life you live, and some artists may try to live that life. But my question is, for us old heads, tell us some of the songs that we may not know because we still listen to Al Green. Tell us. Is there a problem with Al Green? I'm sorry, I like Al. Sing. Okay. Tell us some of the other songs that we may know that you have worked on.
First song I produced, Ludacris Wish Your Fantasy. I also made Beyonce, I'm a Diva. I also made Rihanna, Cockiness.
Did it on the Nicki Minaj.
Millie for Lil Wayne. Did it on the Nicki Minaj. Lemonade, Gucci Man. Break Up Mario.
Not the type of guy that's trying to let you know who he is and what he's done. His first passion and love is music. Your first passion and love is acting and singing. So tell me how this collaboration came together. This wonderful piece of material music that you put together. Tell me about it.
Oh man, you know, I've had a long history with music myself, just, you know, and a lot of times it's always turned out wrong. You know, my first record deal when I was 13, I was being forced to do type of music that I didn't want to do, and when I stuck to my guns, they didn't promote my album. And then on my second album, or my second record deal with Interscope Records, it was another situation where I was not being completely understood. A lot of times people, because I was so mainstream in my acting career, a lot of times people wanted to make me do pop music, but that's not, you know, I loved R&B all my life, you know, like some of my favorite singers, you know, Brandy, R. Kelly, like those are the type of people that I grew up listening to. So I found it always very difficult within the music industry to get A&Rs, who are like the people that put the albums together at the record labels, to really take the time to get to know me and help me put the album together that I wanted to put together. So I had, you know, not the greatest history within the music industry. And it wasn't until this like last third try with, you know, getting my music going, I wanted to go a different route. And my manager was, you know, had been talking to Bangladesh for a while. And I know Bangladesh was working. I was just like, oh, you know, wow, you know, I couldn't believe that he wanted to work with me. I was just thinking in my mind, like, you know, okay, he has all these, this, that, and the third, these hits on the record, you know, I just couldn't believe that he wanted to work with me, and when we started working together, it was like a complete night and day from the people that I had been working with, who were supposed to have been doing this, and you know, all this, that, and the third. They're supposed to have the big corporation do all this, and I never had anybody that really took the time to get to know me and had a vision, and the vision was like mine for who I am as an artist, and it just was really amazing to finally have someone that truly believed in you.
Yes, let's give it up. I really do, especially those of you who aspire to be in the entertainment business, understand that it is a business, and that there are so many young people, because they want to be famous, because we're in a realm of entertainment is about being infamous, that you lose yourself in the business.
Yes. And that's one of the reasons why I always felt like my music career never really went off in the time that I wanted it to go off, you know, because I wasn't willing to compromise. I've never been willing to compromise who I am morally to get ahead, because at the end of the day, no one can take singing from me. So I'd rather stick to my guns on that and feel good about who I am on the inside, rather than contort into who you want me to be and then be unhappy for the rest of my years pretending to be someone that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I said, working with Bangladesh, I mean, just last night we had recorded this record, and I'm a big talker, so I talk for a long time. I talk a lot, and you can see Bang, he really ain't no big talker, and so sometimes I'll be thinking he's not listening to me, but then next thing you know, I'll come back the next day and he has this record that is pretty much everything that I said to him in that whole hour put to the song. It's crazy.
What do you feel your best experience is when working in the music business?
I'm sorry. Well, my best experience is working with Bangladesh.
Right.
Whatever happened to True Jackson?
Say it again?
Whatever happened to True Jackson?
Yeah, whatever happened to Jackson?
True Jackson, baby. You said what now? No, I'm just playing. So True Jackson was, we did 3 seasons in a matter of 2 years. So once the 2 years was up, we shot 68 episodes in a matter of 2 years, and they broke it up within the network into 3 years, and that was just it.
The next thing, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't easy. I don't just make beats. I kind of create a sound.
Oh, my name is John Barnes, and I'm for Keke Palmer here. You gonna take Instagram pics with me?
It's all good. It's all good. Let's say hi to John. Sit on down. Sit down somewhere. John.
No, was that you drew? That Tupac photo? Was that the one? That's crazy. He drew that. That's Bang's photo. He drew that when he was in high school. Here. That one right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, just real quick since we brought it up.
Mr. Noel gotta show off like he know me real good. That's all.
This is crazy that you still have this from all those many years.
This picture of Tupac, okay, was a picture that was being drawn in class one day when I was talking. And now, one thing for sure, okay? Now, his name is Bangladesh now, but I know him as Chandra Crawford back in the day, okay, in my class.
Yeah, hold on, slow up, man. Slow up.
I'm producing myself, class of 2014 one time.
I love how your voice sound. He came up here like we had a concert. Yes, it's your boy.
Well,
He's that guy. He's
You
that
was
guy.
ready. I'm not mad at you.
yeah, I got one for Bangladesh. As a producer, as I say, I'm one myself. I just want you to tell everyone all of the hard work that it takes. Like, it's not an overnight thing, and I want you to give them like a word of encouragement to strive in the step that you're doing.
This is Work Like You Love Me, written by Bangladesh, sung by Keke Palmer.
I guess that means that you love me. I want your la 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 la. We work like you love me. We fight like you love me. We ride like you love me. I guess that means that you love me. I want your la 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 la. Say that you a G, that you hugging all on me. You got me and I love it. I won't put no one above you. You talk like you love me, you kiss like you love me, you touch like you love me. I guess that means that you love me. I want your la 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 la. We work like you love me, we fight like you love me, we ride like you love me. I guess that means that you love me. I want your la 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 la. Sneaking through this hot, trying to make me fall. I'm tripping, boy, like really, boy. Did you really pull the guns of love on me? Didn't wanna know, didn't need to know, but you got this hold on me. Swear that you do it all, don't want for nothing at all. Your whole side, you treat me right, so I answer all of your calls. Say that you a G, that you hugging all on me. You got me and I love it. I won't put no one above you. You talk like you love me, you kiss like you love me, you touch like you love me. I guess that means that you love me. I want your la 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 la. We work like you love me, we fight like you love me.
Willing to give it up because I love it that much. I'm willing to just keep that to me, and I can offer it to the world because of how hard it was to get my music out there. So I think the hardest part of all is persevering and knowing and believing that what you want will happen as long as you stay with it. So, you know, that's the hardest thing ever is just staying focused and staying in it when things get really
pleasant surprise. Surprise, surprise. I know that we got history. Let's see if it's meant to be. But right now, can we enjoy this ride?
knowing that things will turn around, have that faith.
We kiss like you love me, we touch like you love me. I guess that means that you love me. I want your la 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 la.